All right, welcome back. This is by request. About a week ago, I posted a news article on one of the Total OS Today weekly news wrap-ups about the Munich, in Munich, Germany, that they were going to switch from Linux to Windows. Well, I was asked to take a look at an article that might prove that may not be entirely accurate. I will have a link to the article below in the show notes, but I copied some of the highlights. Why Munich should stick with Linux. Once more, the drums are beating for Munich to turn its back on Linux and return to Windows. Oh, please get a grip. Okay, Linux, and I don't know why they picked that name, but anyway, Linux, Munich's Linux distribution is far from dead. A Munich Administrative and Personnel Committee recommended an immediate start to the creation of a uniform Windows 10 based client by the end of 2020. The public reason was because standard products were necessary for compatibility with products. Anyway, this is something that I've talked about in the past, and compatibility and all that stuff when it comes to hardware, software, and so forth. The real reason, Matthias Kirchner, the president of the Free Software Foundation Europe, said was that Munich Lord Mayor Dieter Reiter has been against free software from the beginning. This in turn was at least in part because Reiter wanted Microsoft to move its Microsoft Germany corporate headquarters to Munich. I smell politics. Microsoft and Reiter wants to deliver on his promise to make Munich a Windows-powered city. To justify the move, Reader, a self-confessed Microsoft fan, picked Accenture, Microsoft's Alliance Partner of the Year in 2016, to deliver a fair case on what Munich should do with its city IT desktops. It says here, guess what? The report, Munich IT investigation, is public now, and Accenture did not wholeheartedly recommend Microsoft. Instead, Accenture, with every reason to recommend Microsoft products, said only between 18% and 20% of city users had software problems, which could be solved by migrating to Windows and MS Office. And finally here, the city agency having the most trouble with Linux is in the Human Resources Department. They claim that Oracle and SAP applications need Windows. They also complain they can't display some PDFs correctly. I think that says more with their own inability to run their programs than it does Linux. Okay, so obviously I'm not there in the city listening to both sides of what's going on. It's apparent that whenever you have politics involved, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. At least in this case, it appears that there may be some confusing or misinformation happening in the city of Munich. At least that is my opinion, at least from what I have read. So thank you for the link to the article. I think that was from Van. Hello, Van. I promised I would take a look at it, and I have. I hope that helps you out in some way, answers the question of what I think about it. So yeah, I think it would be great if Munich can still work with Linux. Why not? It would save on the budget instead of switching to the other operating system to cost many, many euros. So we'll see what happens. All right, thanks again for the link, and I will post that link below in the show notes. So check it out and let me know what you guys think.